Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome! It's time for some StarLadder CIS action. Team Spirit versus Gambit Esports in the first round of this bracket, the quarterfinals. The winner will be up against Vegas Squadron right after this series, so do make sure to stick around. But we already have a pretty decent matchup already. Gambit versus Team Spirit, some well-known names in the CIS scene. You could definitely say that with some interesting tidbits of information, some interesting history here as well. Last couple of times these two teams met, the last 3 matches on record, Spirit won every single time, 2-0, 2-1, and another 2-0. That was a while ago though. It's also a fact that both of these teams haven't played for about 20 days, so we'll see whether they put that break to good use, as the draft at the very least is going extremely quickly. Omni Knight Death Prophet for Gambit, and Rubik Tiny for Team Spirit. So, my name is dragondrop, of course, in case you didn't know, and I'm joined by my co-caster, my trusty little sidekick. It's eskillz. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm your trusty little sidekick. I'm doing great with such an intro.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts so far? I mean, both of these teams certainly know what they want.
Yeah, very fast drafting so far, but nothing out of the box. This is very standard. We see Tiny or DP first phase all the time, as well as Omni and Rubik, so nothing really out of the box. I guess the Rubik is slightly unusual, but it's to counter the Omni Knight, I'm pretty sure. Rubik is always a really nice hero against Omni Knight, because all spells from Omni Knight is just amazing steals, so makes sense that way.
Yep. One thing I want to point out is that Gambit third banning that Witch Doctor. Of course, also a pretty popular hero in his own right, but especially up against Team Spirit. If you look at the stats of the last 3 months, Witch Doctor is by far the most picked hero that I have. With 20 matches, the next one would be Sanking with 14. So there's quite a difference there, especially if you compare it to Gambits, who have 7 heroes with 10 or more games under their belt. So they certainly did their homework, taking that out of the hands of FNG, but well, still gotta try and make something else work regardless. Up against Rubik, up against a Tiny, and now whatever else they want to pick up to combo with that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be interested. I don't know if interested is the right word, but there's a very big chance for Willow, because I know that FNG has kind of been spamming the hero. Now they picked Rubik A, so we're not gonna see a Willow. The A, of course, makes a lot of sense against DP and Omni Knight. I think that's a really good pickup from them. Yeah. Makes their support you a little bit wonkier than maybe you want to, but not a big deal whatsoever.
Yeah. It has some decent synergies, right? Rubik with the lift, you can set up for that cold feet in some circumstances, if you have some extra slow to work with, so that'll be helpful. But Gambit Esports, they're pulling out something completely out of the back pocket, the StarLadder. Not really seen that hero too much recently. He has fallen out of favor a long time ago, but he still has some pretty good things going for him. For one, of course, once you have that Blink Dagger, you can get that quick initiation. You're pretty mobile around the map ever since the change through the with a super move speed in the river while sprinting.
There it is.
Yeah, the Chaos Knight coming out. But yeah, StarLadder also, of course, with the synergy, with the Death Prophet having that damage amplification. But speaking of damage, Team Spirit, they get themselves the Chaos Knight for Illidan, an absolute classic.
Yeah, and CK with AA, like, that's just a gruesome combo. And I was a little bit worried for Gambit, because it's okay to not ban this hero in first phase against Team Spirit, I think, because the hero is just not that popular. But I think you should consider it very heavily to ban it in second phase, because he still does love this hero. And yeah, they don't have the greatest right now, but yeah, to further talk about your the StarLadder pickup, I think it's nice for 2 reasons here. I think they pick it up maybe because they think it's a counter to Tiny, in the sense that he doesn't really run around with that much armor, so the minus amp will of course be even greater, and of course they're running it with DP. And it's a pretty nice hero combination with Omni Knight in the laning stage, since you can always stun into heal bomb.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
How does the Brewmaster though? So how does he fit in? Because normally Brewmaster these days being played as an offlane hero, same as the Omni Knight. So that's certainly going to mix things up a little bit, isn't it?
I think this is a DP safe lane. We've seen it been run by VP a few times, maybe some other CIS teams. It's mainly been run in CS, this DP safe lane. And I guess they felt like, okay, like this gyrocopter is banned, so that's one of the like common hero against Chaos Knight. Maybe they feel like we don't really have any other AoE. Let's just go with Brewmaster that can kill his CK solutions with his the
dispel, right?
Storm Panda.
Yeah.
But that makes not that much sense because there's heroes like Medusa and stuff left that are considered the best counters to CK ever, because with when they're gonna Aghanim Scepter or even just ultimate on Medusa, the illusions perish.
I've seen it go both ways though, because Chaos Knight, if you manage to get on top of the Medusa before she can cast these kind of spells, like with just a little bit of setup from like a Rubik or a Tiny, Medusa just falls just as quickly as any other hero.
Yeah, it definitely goes for. It's for sure favored for Medusa, but yeah, it's not like you insta win by any means. But yeah, definitely an interesting pickup here with the Brewmaster, and I do wonder if it's maybe some super wonky position 5 Brewmaster or something, or if it's actually gonna be this Brew mid DP safe lane story. Not sure.
By the way, it's gonna be a bit interesting as Team Spirits, well, they go for the safe play, banning out the Willow in the last phase. Not gonna be caught off guard by that. Huh.
5 seconds remaining.
These kind of situations always try to think about cheese strats, about like brood mothers coming out of nowhere.
I mean, Team Spirit can definitely finish this off with a brood mother. This looks actually like a really, really, really good brood mother game so far. They only have they don't even have any lockdown, and lockdown is what you need against the current brood. You don't only need AoE, like AoE spells or whatnot. You actually need lockdown too, because he has free pathing, and they only have StarLadder as that right now.
StarLadder and eventually a little bit extra from the Brewmaster, but yeah, it's not nearly going to be enough, one would think. But I'm not sure if that's in the repertoire of Team Spirit, or Gambit for that matter.
Team Spirit has played, actually, I think they're playing with G now. I think, they might not have a player for it. No, DK Phobos plays it.
Radiant
I don't know.
pick.
Oh, that's some extra AoE in lockdown. The Warlock coming out. Very interesting hero. Can do a lot of crazy damage if you find good fatal bonds. That ultimate is pretty decent counter initiation, especially up against the Chaos Knight. That skill set might actually help you just clear through these illusions quicker than you otherwise normally would be able to.
Yeah, I mean, Gambit's teamfight is insanely scary.
Oh yeah.
Put it like that. So they got that going for them.
They have initiation, they have counter initiation, they have very good control spells, very good damage spells. And the Omni Knight to sustain everybody through them, so yeah. Absolutely insane with that. So Team Spirit's probably not going to engage straight into these kind of 5-man pushes if they were to come out. Especially now with the Weaver pickup, so they're more geared towards picking off people rather quickly, isolated targets, and then going from there, I guess.
Oh, it's a carry on the Knight. Interesting.
Oh.
Because Daxak is the carry player, so I would assume that's what's happening here. I think this also something that Gambit needs to consider is that, like, the Team Spirit could go aggro Trilane, they could go aggro Trilane with either CK or Weaver, or they could just roam with the support a lot, because, yeah, Rubik A, it's a great combination of these two heroes, and yeah, it's just very scary roam potential on their side.
Yep. Well, we'll see whether they decide to do that, or whether they're just looking for some dual lanes, perhaps, trying to win these lanes. We head into game number 1 of this best of 3. Gambit up against Team Spirit. The winner is up against Vegas Squadron in the semi-finals of this single elimination bracket, or the qualifiers or StarLadder. And quick pause, but we're ready to go again as we see this lane take shape. Of course, Cheshire Cat is that offlaner. He's gonna be taking the Brewmaster there. I'll smoke up immediately just to get to the lanes quicker on both sides, actually.
This is actually, I think that's started to be seen more and more. Do this, like this smoking this early faded out for some reason, but now people started doing it again because getting these wards out are just so important.
Yep. Not really useful if you want to catch somebody, because by the time you get to the middle of the map, the smoke's almost over. The Team Spirit actually, yeah, it's for these wards, but actually also managed to make their way into this very interesting position. But they might very well just catch somebody out from Gambit if they rotate back towards the top lane, just depending on how long they want to stick around to make that happen.
It looks like they are gonna go with this aggro trial and just put Weaver against. Weaver's actually here that does. It's one of the nicer like carry-ish heroes against Brewmaster, because you can always, even if you get Drunken Haste, you can always secure last hits with your Shikuchi.
Yeah.
And since the Brewmaster will kind of spam Drunken Haste of you, you can get a magic stick and you will always kind of sustain to keep Shikuchi.
I do believe Gambit has scouted that out here. Vanscore caught a glimpse of Illidan up in the top lane. Gonna make any sort of adjustments? Yeah, actually, Daxak or Dahak already on the bottom lane, ready to block there.
Seems like they were expecting it, so I think Shishikat showed bottom to make Team Spirit think that haha, our plan is working.
Yeah.
And then no.
And it's not really everyone will be able to get to the lanes in time without missing out on too much.
And as we see, Team Spirit are changing out the lanes too, so.
Yeah. Mid CK actually now together with Ancient Apparition up against the Death Prophet. Interesting how that works, but yeah, of course, that combination very strong as you were mentioning earlier. And Spirit Siphon can only get you so far, especially in the early levels. You only have the one charge on the long cooldown. So Vanscore will be required to just offset that a little bit. Meanwhile, does mean we have another dual lane up top. Beaver trying to zone out Cheshire Cats. Tiny can free farm. And that 1v1 for the time being, Weaver up against Omni Knight down here. With Bignum all the way to rotating in.
And this combination of AAC kit really takes off as they hit level 2. Then their kill potential is really, really big, and 633 has to be very careful. And Vanscore.
Yeah.
Of course.
Even just as level 1. Even just to drag back into a couple of right clicks with the minus armor. Even without the chilling touch or anything else, it's already brought Vanscore down to half health. Just imagine the stun and the cold feet on top of that. It's has to be very scary. That's something that neither Spirit Siphon or the Shadow Word even can really help you very much with, as it's very slow heal over time. Have to keep an eye on it. Okay, top lane. Actually managed to right click him down. We caught the tail end of that, so just certain right clicks, a 3 toss. Get the first blood here for Team Spirit. Meanwhile down bottom though, DK Phobos actually a bit of trouble himself, gets stunned up, nuked down. He did not have the Shikuchi available.
Really nice by Bignum to be able to capitalize on maybe we were using Shikuchi a little bit too aggressive. Because this mid lane, it's gonna be really scary for BCC, but he's actually doing really well so far in CS. But I expect him to kind of not be able to CS as well, because such a scary lane.
Alex Illidan just throwing out the one reality rift, forcing out that Spirit Siphon. And just backing off, ready to engage next time. For now, this lane has yet to explode. Bignum, do you see him rotating into that to try and tip the balance in favor of Gambit? Or is he gonna stick around bottom?
I think he's gonna stick, like, stand here like he does now in the woods, and then kind of go to the lane, whatever his team like talks about, and then either shut down this Weaver, be super annoying to him, or just come in behind bottom, mid I mean, because Team Spirit doesn't really have a ward in their woods, so they can't know where this StarLadder is if he moves like that. So it creates a lot of pressure on both lanes just by not showing at all.
Fear factor getting that out on the map.
Like Phobos, he died once because he used Shikuchi aggressively, so he's gonna be way more inclined to not do that.
Yeah, he's taking quite a bit of damage here, just even in Shikuchi. Gets caught by that the crush with purification combo. So has to be very careful indeed. But at least Cheshire Cat up top is kind of stabilized. He's keeping himself healthy. Has plenty of regen left with a magic wand, so I want to say it's unlikely that he gets caught again, like for the first blood.
Yeah, I'm a bit curious to how he died, because when you're safe lane, it's like you're so much safer. But I guess he just kind of misread the situation. probably wanted to trade a little bit, pop a salve, and then, you know, get back to the laning straight away, but it was just a little bit too much damage for what he expected.
Yep.
It happens.
So the 1-for-1 result is, though, overall, if you look at the CS, G is actually doing quite well, not as tiny as you would expect, almost 100 right-click damage already at level 4.
Radiant are scanning.
Bignum, he found himself an illusion rune. Now making his way towards the middle lane. Same though for Rubik as they initiate onto G here with a full combo. Spirit Siphon gets one off, but the Cold Feet will proc a couple of right clicks. Will secure the kill. The lift before the crush can come out. Bignum will still find it on the edge in apparitions. Everyone gets slowed down by Vensko. 2 points up into the upheaval. Gonna make it very obnoxious to move here. Everyone's sitting at 100 move speed as BZZ comes back, but Bignum unwilling to engage into it and trying to go for another crush for fear of being just comboed down himself.
And I mean, they did have to get the Rubik rotation to get the kill. They wouldn't have had enough damage or lockdown without him, but really nice kill for them, because they are actually not doing as well as I would have expected in the mid lane. Gambit is actually winning it straight up 2 versus 2.
I mean, also shows in the CS, BZZ, the 27-6, maintaining that lead over Illidan. And there we go again, the stun, the combo with the cold feet, the slow is there, but they even have the lift to make that absolutely certain. The crush coming through, that's not going to be enough to save his friend. Now Bignum, look at him. With that sprint amplifying his own damage. Another stun with the cold feet, it already got disjointed. There's no more damage coming in from that. Vensko finally gets snapped out of that upheaval. So annoying. But ultimately, like, it's not enough to keep EZ safe. Dying twice in short succession like that.
It's also both, like, times. It's been pretty darn close that he'll... Because if he just gets away a little bit from Illidan, like, he's gonna be so slow that he's not gonna be able to keep hitting him. So, like, if he had, like, 100 extra HP or whatnot, I think he would have lived. Possibly both times there, but... yeah, just enough damage for Team Spirit.
So the extra control coming from Rubik here, Beaver rotating in, probably also crucial.
Yeah, because that is the reason why Vanskar went 2 points in upheaval at level 3, I think. Because he knows that, you know, if he can just get out of these stuns, there's no way that Illidan catches up to BCC again.
Oh.
Oh,
he's forcing out that Spirit Siphon. Oh no.
I don't think he would have gotten the kill anyways, but...
yeah, it's getting harder now with the higher level of Spirit Siphon. Already has another one available now. Of course, you also get more heals coming through. Especially up against strength heroes with a lot of health points. It also helps you out quite a bit as a back profit.
Yeah. And he has a very stat-heavy build on DP as well, which is, of course, what you should do against a tri-lane like this, or a dual lane. The magic wand, 2 nulls, and an infused raindrop, so he's quite beefy.
Alright, so looking at these other lanes again, the supports have rotated out for the most part here, so we have a try mid for the last few minutes, which just leaves these other lanes kind of farming lanes for the most part, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, the Tiny is doing really well for himself.
Go
Shishika
again.
is struggling.
BZ in mid, the stun is there. Does have the Spirit Siphon out, so now he's actually going to survive. Bignum with a double crush. Illidan, now he's dropping low and low himself, and he will die to another couple of right clicks. BZ healed up now by Vensko. The stun coming through. Illidan's still not dead, actually. They do find a turnaround. 1-for-1 trade on that particular side is also click down to Rubik. This time, BZ, we talked about it, the Spirit Siphon. Much harder to burst through like that, and also Shadow Bird doing his thing.
And Raindrop worked overtime, made it proc 2 times actually, so it tanked about, you know, I don't know how much damage, maybe 200 damage. So really nice.
Haste rune. Won't let that stand here, bringing in the Weaver with the bugs, with the extra damage, 3 seconds stun, no way out of that one. Bignum a little bit too late, throwing the crush, still finds it on 2, but where's the follow-up? Darkhawk is there, throws down the purification, but his friend is already dead. He has to repel himself, trying to walk away. It cannot be controlled for this moment, but now there it is. The Brewmaster Cheshire Cat also making an appearance. Everyone just join the party in the middle lane, bring down Illidan again with another purification, and now FNG lifted up into the air. DK Phobos, not a whole lot he can do here now for his teammate and captain. Ancient Apparition. That ice cube will be melted. Double kill from Dark.
This is the beauty of CS Dota, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, CS Dota is easily one of the most fun to watch because of just action-packed games.
No doubt about that. Both side lanes just rotate in. One was missing most of Tiny here. Maybe if G was there a little bit earlier.
And look, Team Spirit, they know what they want. They saw BCC TPing top and they're just moving their trident up there. And a really good scan from whoever did that on Gambit. Let's sniff it out.
They know someone's here, now they see Illidan. Oh, BCC will not catch a break. The ward down from Bignum will scout out F&G going in and out of the trees. Now the jig is most certainly up. Well, overall Team Spirit getting the slightly better end of this just because Tiny's been farming so extremely well. I mean, if you look at G's net worth actually, almost scratching that 5k mark 10 minutes in.
He's sitting at 70 last at 10 minutes. That's very, very nice.
Yeah. Also been lane creeps too, right? I don't think he's been jungling a lot.
No, I'm not sure, and it surprises me because, yeah, he was like the kind of the duel in with him for a while. He was against the Brewmaster, and Brewmaster is pretty good at being, you know, putting a wrench to whoever he's playing against, especially Tine who can't get rid of the Drunken Haze.
Yep.
So
can you still splash with that though? With the
what
tree?
do you say?
Can you still do the splash damage with the tree?
I don't think so. I actually won't bet my life on it, but I don't think I think you'll miss everything.
Well, top lane again, going for the combo with the ultimate as well from Chaos Knight, but Bignum was there with the crush. BZ still alive. No, Illidan nuke down. The Starhawk rotates in, lift up. Illidan still alive, just barely. Darhawk going in with a repel, one more punch and the crush onto Rubik. Team Spirit try to go for the cheeky combo again, but this time not really crumble success as Gambit coming in and responding in full force. Space created, I guess, is again G continuing to be strong now, punching away this mid tower and finding some free farm for DK Phobos.
Yeah, and I mean, Gambit realized that they're just gonna run it our DP, I guess, so they're just super ready with the Vanskar sitting behind with the heal and the people, and then Daxak is just insta-tipping in, so really nice by them.
It's already back, Ice Blast coming through. First one of the game, does not actually get let go until much later. Catch anybody here. Ooh, the Avalanche. Almost cancelling BZ's TP as it stands. He'll be able to defend bottom. Be just fine. Team Spirit, they keep trying to muscle their way back into this game.
Yeah.
They might be able to finish up the 2-1 tower top, and it looks like it with G and Illidan both here. But mid lane, Cheshire Cat gets gets the ultimate off, forcing out a time lapse from DK Phobos, but that's a win for Team Spirit as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and if Rubik can be sneaky here, no, they don't have a ward in mid. He just got level 6 with a tome, so I thought, hey, maybe he wants to steal the primal split, but could not.
Still could right now. He catches Cheshire Cat, but he's making his way.
I mean,
back
this
into
is
safety.
a really good, really good Rubik game. This was their first pick Rubik, so they of course couldn't know what Gambit would pick, but there's like Omni spells, there's Brewmaster Split, there's DP ulti, there's Warlock ulti, there's Slaughter Stun or Amp damage. It's like a lot of great spells.
Yep. Gonna see this again. Full on madness in the mid lane. 4 heroes from Gambit, 5 heroes even. This general area, no Brew Split though, so Cheshire Cat making his way up top as that tier 2s being pressured just a little bit, but they engage in mid. Yeah, the silence, DK Phobos crushed up, but in order to protection for him, DK Phobos, will be able to time us back to half health. Another Shikuchi. Oh, that was awkward. Vensko, he hit the chaotic offering, could have finished him off if he wanted to, but unwilling to cast a big spell just for what was the offering in the end of the day. Left position, Illidan. Do they have anything to cancel TP? Doesn't look like it here. Bignum actually ends up dying with the Ice Blast on top, so that was awkward.
Vanskar had the mana for chaotic, but he used the Fatal Bonds, I think, and then he didn't have enough mana. So, I mean, if he did use that, it would probably got. Maybe they wouldn't even have gotten the CK. I'm not sure. Yeah, they should have gotten it, but
yeah, but Phobos, he was sitting at like 50 health.
Yeah. some tough luck for Gambit here in the last minutes, just barely not getting these kills.
Yep. Well, Team Spirit catching a break there. And especially with the side lanes where they were, and oh god, Francesca can. Does have another Bruce available in just a second if he wants to throw it out to survive once again, and he does indeed. No help coming instead. His team engages down on bottom. FNG super fast, so got himself a haste rune. It's now timed out. BZ, how far do you want to commit? Not far enough. So they'll be just fine. His top lane, Francesca still being run down. He's gonna turn back into his normal and stride onto the cross. G keeping on top of the earth ruling. They do find Rubik in the end down bottom. They continue to skirmish, but it's a trade you would take any day on Team Spirit. Like, you're supposed to lose these skirmishes all the freaking time against a lineup like Gambit.
Yeah, and the big thing is that, like, Gambit is committing so many heroes bottom. Oh, are they gonna get Weaver this time?
Crush, they have the silence. Have another couple of right clicks. They have enough damage. They do indeed. Just go for the golem this time, not make the same mistake twice. And they'll be able to push the tower with that.
Vansgore certainly wanted to see him dead.
Yeah. Alright, so they can push that tower with the golem, next tower with that DP ultimate if they want to. They already brought back Cheshire once again. He's on guard duty for the tier 2 top. So
Gambit gets the tier 1 bottom, so that's a nice thing for them. Meanwhile, Spirit is just farming out their enemy wood, so not too much happening right now.
Is this pace fine to Team Spirit? I mean, just farming up in the cores and dodging that central power and just having DK Phobos basically run circles around Gambit.
I think that Team Spirit, with Gambit, they have this super strong teamfight ultimates. So Gambit, I mean, Team Spirit, they don't really want to fight them until they hit whatever items they feel they're comfortable with. Maybe Beaky Bees even. For like Illidan and Tiny, and then they can like feel that we can probably fight them, but probably for the most duration of this game, they're gonna try to find picks with this Tiny Shadowblade and just, yeah, not fight them head on.
Yep.
So, I mean, the pace, I don't know if like, I'm sure it's fine for them. It's not like, it doesn't really matter about farm in this game, it's more so about the playstyle, because both lineups are like fine-ish late game. I guess Gambit's lineup is not as good as Team Spirit's, but it's gonna come down to timings here, where Gambit, they have a really strong mid-game lineup, like really strong, and Team Spirit, they just wanna weather that storm, I think.
Yeah. I mean, so far so good. They still have a lot of buffer left here, with tier 1 still standing in mid as well as top. So 5-man pushing power. Gambit hasn't really been able to put that to use just yet.
I think it's it is this carry Omni Knight, so you of course want him to be this force to reckon with. So maybe it's go time for them when they hit his Radiance. It is quite off right now. He's missing about 2k gold.
Yep.
1.5.
He almost has the relic, so unless he gets killed anytime soon, you'll have that big milestone available for you. And well, Gambit take matters into their own hands now. 4-man smoke, looking towards his tier 1 tower if nothing else, and he's trying to catch anybody that they can get. But Team Spirit looks like they know what's happening. Playing very defensively here, even behind the tier 2s.
Yeah. They sniffed it out. Shashikat does have his blink now. And yeah, they're just gonna push this tower straight up, I think.
Yep.
And I would expect that Team Spirit are not gonna fight this, because their 5-man is just not comparable to Gambit's right now.
Gambit have everything available. Golem, Exorcism, and of course the Harkon on the night. All those spells available.
I mean, G wants to go in here. I guess he wants to deny this tower.
Sure about this one here, they catch him with the ultimate, does get the avalanche off, but bursts it down afterwards regardless. Some damage being spread out between Gambit, but they do lose that hero. At the very least, DK Phobos, he's been doing the split pushing duty. Going on a decent amount of damage to this tier 2 right now. It's not being responded to as they're going into Roche instead. With both the Exorcism as well as the Golem committed. Should make it very easy. At the same time, Ice Blast, pretty good. Make them maybe even think twice perhaps. Starhawk though, keeping away from damage. He will not shadow to that at all.
This could be stressful for the Gambit. They're all very low on their heroes.
Oh, find the lift on the Bignum here. Purification Stone from Rubik. Doing quite a bit of damage with the drag bag. Another couple of right clicks. They will end up dropping. Decaphobos even joining in. Can they catch more of the box? Oh, nice! The Blink Crush from Beaver! He's playing better StarLadder than StarLadder right now. They immediately take down the Aegis. The Hawk back with the solo Guardian Angel. Right click down FNG. Will be successful. Now looking for more Illidan. Silenced up. Does not result with anything. Throws down a stun, but now it's down his way to victory, but it's not going to be possible. 2 heroes down at the end. A bit of Yules onto Weaver, but no further control or detection available to run him down. So Gambit, they retreat. They do lose the Aegis, but they do get a few kills in return.
I think overall that is a favor for Gambit because I was really scared because they used everything to get that Roshan. They used Bruce Plate like way too early. They used Deep Ulti, but the big thing here is that CK did have cooldown on Phantasm. So even if they did get that really nice go on them afterwards, was just they didn't have enough.
Ooh, the lift onto the high follow from G. As well as the crush, people still loading onto it. An absolutely quick burst down. A lot of gold as well for G with the killing speed. DKFO was finishing up Van Score on Bignum. Also with the buck, with the sprint and the Gemini attack, doing a ridiculous amount of damage. Double kill for him. They bite into the side of Gambit here in this bottom lane, just realizing, hey, this is still our time. Again, with all these spells committed, those are the strength of Gambit's team fight. But if they're gone, they're just so much weaker. Team Spirit recognizing that, taking their chances and getting quite a number of kills as well as finishing off the tier 2.
And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to, as soon as they use these spells, you just need to capitalize on it. And that's exactly what they did. That's really good by Team Spirit. But this Radiance is online for Gambit now, so...
Top lane. Cheshire Cat as well as BZ working away at Illidan. No support coming his way. He's armor toggling, but there's a bit of extra control. Can he do it again? No, he cannot. You bring him down in the end, so that's a good pick. Trying to slow him down a little bit. Dark though, alright. He's having some issues with this Weaver at this point. Not a whole lot he can do against him.
Weaver is at this point when he gets the Fusel and he has the Mana Break talent. He deals so much damage and he puts screws in so many heroes that doesn't have like this big mana pool to work with.
Oh god, Ice Blast will connect here as they brought down Beaver, but no counter kills here in this mid lane. Nice scan comes out, sees DK4 was also rotating around. Spirit, they want to find more with these quick pickups, especially Cheshire Cat, he's so low. He can be bursted down by G if he just walks back. Oh my god.
I'm sure he knew he was there.
Yeah. I guess he could have figured, right? I mean, he was pushing the bottom tier 3, he had down to half health after that, so... Gets a quick blink back home.
Yeah, and the big thing for Gambit is that they're reaching their StarLadder blink tag now. Because they don't really, like, they have this amazing team fight, but they don't really, I guess they have Brewmaster initiation, but this like insta stun is always really nice. You always want that in your lineups to just blow someone up. Where blue is just a clap. Like if he initiates with clap, there's a potential that the other team can like BKB or whatnot. Now the team doesn't have BKBs, but having this stun initiation, it's such a nice thing to play around.
Yeah, you see it for Team Spirit actually. Rubik with a very quick blink tag in comparison. If they're able to steal that crush, of course, it turns him into everything the StarLadder is, on top of what he is himself as a Rubik, right?
For sure. Gambit are smoking instantly with this blink dagger. They know that this is our time to shine. Our spells are back up. Let's go, boys.
Blink crush, Dahak with the Radiance. We try and find somebody, but once again, Team Spirit seems to be on top of it. Unless Beaver is being a bit greedy. No, not really. Sticking to the trees, but now smoke break in, they'll still find him.
Oh, perfect.
And should be able to burst him down. Purification is both ways, but not going to be enough to keep him safe. But at what cost, eskillz? Gee, look at him. Just dashing away. 2 clicks and this tower was already missing another 200 out points.
Yeah, and you don't want to lose these towers or lose damage on them because it is a Titan. Sure, he doesn't have a Wisp, but this hero still split pushes and rats like a beast. Like, he does so much damage to towers. And he doesn't even have any items yet. He has 2 items.
Yeah. Just a tree giving you that, how much is it? 120% extra building damage. Absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, he's gonna get better as well once he finally finishes up that Assault Cure ass. Oh, Illidan links in, finds BZZ. Did not see him coming with that Inversoon that he picked up. That's a really, really good kill here, finding that. Help with the Ice Blast as well, so no healing potential whatsoever. Question is, how much can they really do with that? Down bottom, Gambit. Well, we're looking for more kills here with the Blink Crush. This time off the mark, Beaver. On the wrong side of that tree line. Dodging that out. Now being spotted by the sword. Up on a high ground. Ugh. Better TP out. He should be fine. Oh, is he? No! That ultimate being committed. Catches him just on the edge, so... he should end up dropping. It'll take them a while, but they have everything available. Dust against the Invis. And they do bring down the big stone man.
But if you just take a look at how Spirit is playing this, because they know, okay, Gambit, they want to reach our towers, they want to push us, but they're just spreading out so much on the map, it's so hard to play against.
Yep. Literally a little back towards the top lane, just pushing that out across the river.
And like this, Illidan, he just sits on top lane, Weaver is like around mid and Tiny bottom, and they're just pressuring all lanes all the time. Gambit can't ever get to their objectives they want.
Yep.
They need to find picks in order to like relieve pressure of the map.
Well, so far these picks are few and far between. Not really enough to give them too big of a window right now.
Yeah, and because they have this amazing team fight, that's something they lack. They don't really have the power to like find pickoffs easily.
Trying to force out some spells from Dahak, but he didn't quite have the control to finish him off before he can turn around. And now the rest of his team coming in. The Silence and the Chaos Knight picking him up with the stun. There's another one available in a couple of seconds. Even with the lift back, trying to buy some more space. But yeah, with the Yules into Crush, picking even as DD run, they should be able to find the Chaos Knight. But G coming in to try and help with the back of extra nukage onto Pignum. I'm not sure if they thought this one through. G now taking the full brunt of that exorcism. DK4 was trying to finish up Dahak there with the buck nibbling away at his armor, but he cannot find the space to right click. Dahak should be fine in the end. Gambit only lose 1, whereas Team Spirit lose 3.
Finally, Gambit is able to find a fight where they actually can't get away from it. They can't slip away with, like, they don't only get this Rubik or whatnot. They find some cores, and that's really nice for them.
Yep.
However, they did use a lot of spells now. Use Exorcism. Actually, they only use Exorcism. The Bruce Split is up, and the Warlock Golem is soon up again, so not really. I guess they used Guardian as well.
Easy being gone on here. DK4 was doing quite a good job just being annoying if nothing else. He knows that there's not a whole lot that they can do against him unless they just straight up silence and crush him up. As he sees 3 of them and... Oh, I thought he would have gotten caught there with the Blink Crush, but instead, Illidan, he's coming in. With the drag back, Ice Blast, a bit off the mark, he's even with the ultimate anyway. Now the counter initiation, the silence on 2. They're focusing on Illidan, much easier target to bring down. And well, they also have some extra time for the Weaver now, forces out the time lapse. They have the dust available, King track of him. Meanwhile, in the back, the Promise Split being forced out as Gene Beaver trying to create some more chaos, trying to help his teammate, who's almost getting the kill and picked up. He has juked through trees himself now, but yeah, Phobos, he's still alive to keep track of him. Blink Crush will finish the job. Meanwhile, on the other end, Shashikat's just controlling everybody else up. Daha caught up with him. They will be able to find the Beaver. Well, little Rubik is the 4th casualty here. Gambit taking a fight on 2 fronts and extremely successful. Team Spirit just really on the same page there, it feels like.
Yeah, and like they actually kind of fight into them now. They don't try to rat anymore. They try to actually contest them in 5-man power, and they can't. Like,
Is under attack.
Gambit's lineup is just way too good at that. So now Gambit has a very nice lead, and they're actually allowed to pressure from towers since Beer's heroes are dead. They don't have the time to push out the lanes anymore.
Tower has
First time in a while, dire creeps are on the Radiant side of the map on all 3 lanes. So they do take advantage of that. Roshan not quite up just yet, 35 seconds on the clock still. Rather long respawn.
What's going on in Team Spirit's head is that say, okay guys, we just fucked up. Like, we tried to fight them and we shouldn't have done that. Like, maybe we thought we had a little timing when they used this Guardian Angel and Exorcism, but they're just way too strong anyways. Let's just go back to ratting completely and don't ever let them get to towers again, basically.
Yeah. Well, gonna have to be the plan at this point. It depends on some good vision right now. There's a few wards out on the map here. There's one blocking up the ancient camp. Now a really fresh one in the middle lanes. So you need to have that intel. You need to make sure not to be initiated on by Gambit. Is the power of the StarLadder initiation. You talked about it before, and it's just scaling with the strength of his teammates, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get rid of some of these illusions.
And it's like stuff like that. It's so easy to be smart and realize what you should do after you've done it. Like, okay, we just fucked up this 5-man fight. Like, we shouldn't have done that. But the question is it already like, did they already give too much to Gambit? Can Gambit like ride this wave and just take the win, or can? Because that's the stuff, like doing mistakes like that, taking that 5-man fight, that can just cost you the game right there. But gonna have to see if they can do that, or Team Spirit can fight back.
Well, DK4 was the note. Someone's here with the smoke breaking here. They find him with the dust immediately being gone off with the time miss. They still find him with the ultimate, the silence. Can they run him down here? 4-star not giving enough to get him to safety. Again, big commitment, but they do punish this movement from Team Spirit. They're gonna not feel safe anywhere on the map. Even DK Phobos has been able to play very freely up until just a few minutes ago. Being punished again, and of course with that pickoff, that's an invitation to just get the second Roche. Aegis and Cheese, available, ripe for the taking here for Gambit.
And I actually really like this Bloodthorn Orchid pickup from Cheshire Cat, because Weaver has nothing to deal with it right now. He's even going on Maelstrom, so he's not gonna have anything soon. And I mean, yeah, it's gonna put so much pressure on Weaver especially.
Gee though, well, forcing out that glyph. Someone needs to respond to this. There's also 2 catapults. This tower is going to take a bit of extra damage once again. 200 health points though, with it, or something like that. One more shot from the catapult. No, doesn't get it.
Yeah, it's tough. That tower is probably going down in this game. Maybe not.
It just depends on how well Gambit can control this particular lane. The only reason Team Spirit got that close was that Gambit committed for Roshan without using any of the big spells, or like without using Exorcism, namely, to speed it up. So it took them a while, couldn't respond in time. But it's still standing, and it will protect the shrines. So nothing of value was lost, quite literally.
Yeah, and I think that Gambit wants to reach the Team Spirit's base with these Aegis. And Cheshire Cat, he has to use on Beaver actually. Beaver's gonna be fine here. Oh, sick blink. Because this Orchid as well, it makes it really hard for especially Weaver to rat, like split push. He doesn't feel safe anymore at all. Before, he only had to worry about the silence, which Pike works quite nice against it. You can just take more distance. And the slaughter stuff. Now it's an Orchid too, and it's a lot of variables you need to worry about, and it gets really tricky for him to play.
He has a BKB queued up now. G as well after finishing up the Soul Cure, as Illidan already has a BKB already. Still 10 seconds on that charge, so once these items come out, how does it change the team fights for Team Spirit?
I mean, I still don't think they can fight them 5-on-5, but I guess with those items, especially with BKB, there's a chance. But Gambit still, they have a lot of damage at physical, so it's not like it just makes them okay. We can just win fights now, but there's a possibility to take fights. I think if you find the right initiation and so what.
They going on Cheshire Cat, but control already used Beaver. So realizes they can just TP out Illidan, not quite close enough, even with that blink of his own. Now they're threatening the high grounds here is Gambit. Most of the forces are down here trying to finish up the tier 2.
Can Big Them catch them here? Wants to.
There it is, blink coming through. This BKB and silence on the Gifos needs some more lockdown and damage, and they do have it. Again with the golem committed, the Yules in the back. BZZ found Illidan TP to Shriner to believe, and now just trying to run him down. Blink Rush, not gonna be connecting, but forcing out the BKB at the very least.
Nice.
And it's just, oh my god, this damage.
This is great for Gambit. I mean, he used BKB and they got the kill.
Yeah.
But G, he knows the story of the game. He rats. That's the bottom tower.
Yeah. Oh god, did indeed. Alright, what else is Gambit gonna get from that though? Because, as I said, it's obviously a huge victory here. There's another Yules coming out onto G. The bash coming through even, but Ice Blast connecting in turn.
It's beefy.
Blink Crush stolen from Beaver, alright. So far so good, but there's gonna be another one available here for Bigman right now. They should be able to finish off the Rubik, at the very least.
Yeah, and the nice thing when you get these kills, like on Weaver and CK, because they're ratting, so when you get these kills, they're not, like, there's gonna be room for you to actually reach the base, or at least reach a tier 2 tower. That's exactly what Gambit is doing right now. They're gonna get some towers, reduce the map control for Team Spirit, and just, yeah, they're having a good time. You know, they're getting what they want.
Yeah. Two lanes pushing in here, mid as well as bottom. One will be defended, the other will not. Either way, both these tier 2s, or this last remaining tier 2 also.
Here.
They could, I mean, there's still the X's and might just pop it right now. BKB available on Death Prophet again with 8 seconds. She's even in hand still. And that Aegis on the Omni Knight still available for 30 seconds. I don't think you do. Gonna have to be forced to direct down.
This is exactly what it allowed to get these kills, to make sure that they couldn't split, but you just insta-force, and what can Team Spirit do?
Yeah. Alright, the split push here to find the lift on the Van's goal, so I think he was TPing, that was cancelled. Just to walk back home at this point. Might not get the chance with the rest of Team Spirit coming in, but that's a big commitment, only to catch a Warlock.
No detection.
Even that's gonna take them some time. Oh man. Gambit continue to have the clear advantage.
Yeah,
Master has a nullifier now, alright.
And what's really big about getting a lane when you play against this ratting strategy of Team Spirit is that it's gonna be so much tougher to rat when a lane is constantly pushing into your face. There's gonna be a lot less to worry about for Gambit.
Ooh, don't think that's someone you want to find. Cheshire Cat gets a BKB off Hilden with the ultimate committed.
Can they get him?
They don't have the control, they can't even get the right clicks in. Nahak also finding the blink back, so yeah, only BKB committed, not even the ultimate wasn't cooldown anyway.
That was a Phantasm usage, so...
Yeah.
Gambit probably realized that was a Phantasm, so... Yeah, now we have even more possibilities of just running them down. And this nullifier, like, this nullifier with the Orchid or Bloodthorn, it's the mini Doom build, so... No one is safe anymore.
And when you find, you can throw it out on... Most importantly, the Weevil probably, just make sure that he can't get away once again.
I mean, he can't even kill Beaver now, because we saw him try and attempt to kill Beaver, but Beaver just healed himself.
Yep.
Without that, I mean, Beaver is super dead, and this nullifier will not let him use the heal also.
Well, is this death pushy skills? Gambit bearing down mid.
Yeah. G is in position though at the top lane, so I think he's gonna be able to rat if Gambit would commit. But I think that's why they're not really committing at pushing mid, because they know that in the current moment, like, Team Spirit has all their heroes up, they're just gonna insta-rat if they show like too many heroes on a lane, and like at this point Gambit their heads is being like, okay, we need to catch them off. How do we like enable us to catch their ratting heroes? That's why they're kind of just sitting like off map, I think, hoping that someone is gonna. Yeah,
You didn't find him.
Beaver here.
Beaver gonna get killed very, very quickly. G trying to help out his friend, and with Illidan also there, they do click down Bignum. Now Cheshire Cat coming in that ultimate. In cover of BKB, the Hawk running in with Vanskar dropping down the rock, only finding the other rock, G. Has to pop his own BKB to walk away at this point, so 1-for-1 trade so far. Top lane, yeah, they went for that as DP already made the call to go back home and defend. So, pretty good for Spirit overall, just losing their, losing the Rubik.
And what that does, like when you take a fight like that and you know that, okay, all Team Spirit's heroes are in base now because they either regened or they died or they TP'd home. So now there's gonna be some room for Gambit to go mid if they want to. They use a couple of spells, so they might not actually want to do that.
Back with the haste rune, a little bit too fast, G. Going down some spells, some angels. Cheshire Cat gets toughed up as he blinks in, but there's a mini Doom coming through. Extra couple of right clicks. Back trying to run him down. And Illidan though, again turning things around. This time though, there is that Guardian Angel. Keeping his friend alive. Vanskar able to get the TP back. And now Yaxis and BZZ one turns around with the BKBs on him, as well as Cheshire Cat. And this is something that Team Spirit cannot actually fight. DK4 was still trying to finish off the backlines. Big them in a lot of trouble, but oh, he lost a big hero, and DK4 doesn't quite have the punching power to finish the job. Bignum gets the crush, gets the amplify. There's still time-ups available for DK4.
Much damage.
He's not gonna go for it just yet. Luckily, he got the buck up on Bignum, so no quick blink after him. Should give him enough space to walk away, but to say that, he's pretty damn fast, so is PZZ. And they, to find the blink Yules with the gem here on Daha, on somebody. Bignum, there we go, coming through. Make absolutely sure that they maintain vision, and they do run down the Weaver at the end of the day, regardless. And guess what? Bottom lane, all the way in the Radiant side, middle lane also in a decent position, and so is top lane. Gambit, they can do whatever they want to. With the Excellent committed, maybe not go high ground, but certainly we can finish up Roche, and that's what they're gonna do. Aegis, Chief Refresher, they'll certainly fix that Excellent situation if they needed to.
And I want to point out why that happened, because so the first engagement we saw, they only got the Rubik, they used some spells, but they didn't really get any other kills. Weaver was split, push up, and DP forced him back. Like, that was basically what happened. But what it allows is that Gambit knows that, okay, they tip it back to base. They are in their, like, base area right now. So if we just... And then they went on this tiny right at their kind of ancient area. And then, because Team Spirit, they're not, like, in position at all to rat with any of their heroes because they just tip it home. They felt the need, okay, we need to fight them because otherwise we're gonna lose this tiny and they're just gonna, like, run down mid. So instead they tried to take the fight, but, I mean, they just couldn't because they were weaker or whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's, like, that's exactly why they felt the need to take that fight. Maybe not because they wanted to, but they felt that otherwise we just lose the tiny and... yeah, we're gonna be 2 racks down anyways.
Yeah. So hard right now, BZZ. So powerful on the staff problem, especially with that BKB. Run in without an Exorcism, and it's not a whole lot of Team Spirit can do, right? I mean, if you look at Illidan in comparison, he's only level 17. He's not even close to level 20, where you have that Reality Rift. They have some semblance of control and extra damage potential here up against BKBs. And, well, as a result, they win their team fight, and now going for more. The mini Doom onto the Weaver, follow-up crush, the Doom person down, he doesn't have buyback. The X isn't going here, just naturally coming off cooldown. Still holding onto the cheese as well, so refresh a shot in the backpack. So this should be another full set of racks. Team Spirit, no position to fight this. In fact, Illidan, alright. Gonna be up against a couple of different golems up top here as they find the Warlock. Full rat mode initiated here with both him and G wailing away at buildings. TP back from BZZ. Try and stop this mid push. Will be successful. Bignum finds the bash onto Illidan. What a game. He will be burst down by the rest of Gambit. Blink crush. Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to find Darkin with that.
That's I fuck you for bashing me.
Oh my god, everything working out just fine here. for Gambit. Incredible.
Yeah, and I mean, Team Spirit, they did what they felt. We need to rat them, but yeah, Gambit, they have lost 2 of the tier 3 towers now, but I mean, they don't care. Now there's only one side left, and then there's gonna be megas, and they're intending to force it.
Yeah.
And they have exorcism again, so why not?
Use the refresher shot to make that happen, but this is almost the last Rex, or last set of Rex here. Still range Rex standing with very little health up top. Not really worth mentioning. This time there's no reds, there's no anything. Nice little combo there on 2 heroes. Still gets the BKB off. Now Dahak with his Guardian Angel. DK4 was on his own BKB trying to do some sort of damage, but he's just not powerful enough. Do burst down the racks. They should make a beeline for the top, secure the megas. Message, yeah, there it is. Blinks forward. And that should be it. I don't see this lineup for Team Spirits hold out against megas.
No. They might want to try a little bit longer, but I think, like, in their hearts, they know, okay, we lost this game now, what do we do in the next one? Stuff like this.
Yep. Well, looks like they want to go for the one last push, straight down mid. They don't have Boots of Travel or anything in the Weaver, so DK4s might have a hard time catching up.
Have BOTs on G.
They have on G, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, they know, okay, they use Refresher Shard and Exorcism, so that's on cooldown. Maybe we can use this.
DK4 just gets caught on the way to rest the team. He's still alive, but he will pop to the Orchid Burn.
Cool kid, don't look at explosions.
They really don't. Also, maybe they're also running away from explosions, as these birds. They wasted a lot of time just trying to run them down. Rubik with the stolen Brewmaster's ultimate, turning things around. 1-for-1 trade so far. They also like lose F and G though. Illidan same time in the middle. Should be a GG. Well played is Call and Gambit. Well, they protect themselves against spot push attempts from Team Spirit, and then execute their team fights perfectly most of the time, or every single time almost, however you want to say it.
Yeah, really well done by Gambit, and I think what we're gonna see from Team Spirit is a much more well-rounded like lineup, because yeah, they don't have any team fight. Like, they have A-Blast and Tiny Stun basically. That's somewhat team fighty. Like, they don't have any AoE spells really, and I think they felt this was the issue by far. So let's just draft with that in mind next time.
Yep. It looks like we don't have endgame stats because the coordinator's having some hiccups. So gonna take a short break before we figure out whether we can get into game number 2 or whether Valve has something to say about that. I'll keep you up to date in chats, but for now, see you soon.
Bye guys.